and justice for all. Deneen, would you please call the roll? Before you do, if I could ask that the conversation in the back of the room take place in the hall?
Rick.
Thank you. Sorry. That's okay. Please call the roll.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Present?
Councilman Cahill,
Here.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Here.
Councilwoman Wright, here, Attorney for the Town Taylor.
Here.
I will be leading the meeting tonight as the deputy supervisor. The supervisor is out of town, out of the country, actually, celebrating his 30th wedding anniversary. So I'd like to wish Tom and Molly the happiest of anniversaries and warm wishes for many more years to come. The next item on the agenda is open to the floor. We have two people who've signed in this evening. One, Christopher Naka. Would you like to get up to the podium and tell us why you're here to speak?
Sure. I don't know what the podium
It's
Yeah.
right up there with the microphone and the town seal on it, and we'll need you to give your name and address, Christopher.
Hi, my name's Christopher Naka. I live at 1065 Shoecraft Road.
Okay, since you didn't know where the podium was and you're new at this,
Yeah, I haven't.
there is a 5-minute limit.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have too much planned or
That's
anything
okay.
to say. I was just coming to listen and watching how all of this went, and I had never been to one before. And I kind of just wrote in, if I were to say something, what I'd be talking about. And I wrote fast food, but it's really the product really isn't relevant. It's more about the things that are popping up in our town that are crowding our streets and roadways, and how expensive it is, as someone who's lived here for 37 years, how expensive it is to live here. And then all these places that are popping up paying $16.50 an hour, with Wegmans closing at midnight and these three places being open till 2. The people working until 2 are making $16.50 an hour, and they're taking on the whole brunt load of, the people in this town coming to get food there, and it's just kind of like sad. Like, what are we doing with this very valuable property that we have here to just like let things pop? Like, I just wish I knew where that money, like, do they give you guys, I don't know. I wish I had thought about this a little better. Like, where does that money go? Like, they obviously want to come in here, they have to do this meeting with you guys, I would imagine. Or is it just they buy the property and then do what they want with it?
So generally, we don't engage in conversation and answering questions. I will tell you that none of the fast food places in town have lined the pockets of anyone sitting on this board.
Not you guys.
And they do come before the planning board. So all of that is really ruled by what the code is and what those properties are zoned for. So there will be industrial, there'll be commercial. Certainly, if they want to put something in an area where it's not properly zoned, they can go to the Zoning Board of Appeals to look for a variance. They have to meet certain criteria for that. So, and all of these things are being carefully looked at in the new comprehensive plan to determine, many years ago, we looked at where was the best fit for these places in town at the time.
Hard road.
And now maybe we're looking at different parameters.
With those 3 buildings being built with the employees that are now lives dependent on those paychecks, that, I think that they're taking on a lot. Those kids that are working in there, those adults too, everybody has a rough day and might find themselves looking for a new job. And it's just kind of strange that the only things, and that's why when these guys were talking, I was like, all right, well, this is actually something, you say 90 years if everything goes wrong. Well, that's okay. Hopefully Webster's here another 90 years. Like, what are we really talking about? But I don't think it'll be here in the way we see it today if the only things that are popping up pay the people $16.50 an hour. Because I'm fortunate enough to make a little bit more than that, with my rent being $1,300 plus utilities. Like, I don't have much to put in the S&P every week.
So the other thing, I think I understand the premise of your question. the cost of not only owning a home, but also renting has escalated in the past 5 to 7 years tremendously.
Right, so why would,
So one thing that I have found, I found out recently, because a lot of, I worked in the skilled trades and construction company, worked for years.
ditto,
And one thing I realized when I went to school, we had auto shop, wood shop, electric, welding, all that. And for
Thomas
some
and Schrader
reason,
have quite capable facilities for those trades.
what we do now,
I mean, I went to Schrader, it was always pretty good there, their automotive class was always pretty
so
intensive.
So I found out recently that Thomas has invested millions in upgrading their shop classes.
Yeah, it's happened over the last like 5 years.
Yeah, which is phenomenal. And the other thing I've learned is, you know, there's BOCES,
Went there,
and a
yes,
lot of these,
EMCC
a lot of the
now.
problem, a lot of
Yes.
the problems has stemmed from decades. We just focused on sending our kids to college, and we look down on the trades. It's a fact.
Can I interrupt for just a moment? I think the conversation is great. I don't want to cut into Christopher's 5 minutes in case there's more he wants to say.
No, my general awkwardness and current uneasiness
You're
of the
not
back
awkward.
and forth is actually fine.
I really appreciate the questions.
I understand what you're saying. I grew up under middle class. I worked plenty of trades jobs and things
Yeah.
like that. And those are pretty much the highest paying jobs you're going to get, but you're not going to have health insurance. You're going to be getting paid under the table. So let's say you want to come in out of the cold and get a job in the town where you work. Now you're getting paid $1,650 minus taxes, and your rent is $1,300 plus utilities. And you maybe have a car so you can get to work. Maybe you want to invest a little bit. And it's Jiffy Lubes and Popeyes. So it was, you know, in the grand scheme of this meeting, nice to hear these gentlemen talking about something real and not something fugazi.
And I also hope that one of the things you heard coming from this meeting is that we have this little project in town called Fairlife. And they are going to be hiring many workers at well above minimum wage. So there's an opportunity for employment within the town that is going to be of much higher caliber and monetary reimbursement than what you would see in some of the fast food places.
Yeah, because it's not fair that these kids are working until 2 a.m. Wegmans decides to close at midnight because of COVID that is now not a global pandemic. And they didn't open back up 24 hours. And it's, you know, 18-year-old kids that are taking on the burden of this town's late night cravings.
Good points. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And Dave Malecki, would you like to take the podium? And I don't think you're new at this. You don't certainly don't need any guidelines. Welcome back.
I'm Dave Malecki, I live in West Webster. I've talked here before about bridging it. I gave a copy of what I'm going to say here to Deneen. Bridge it 24/7, 365. I first heard bridge it in response to the events 40 years ago when the Lake Road Bridge over Arundecoit Creek was suddenly destroyed. Why doesn't the Webster Town Board improve the link to Arundecoit? The town board seems to be ignoring the public regarding the IBOB. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. If nothing else, your message is consistent, and I certainly appreciate your dedication to it. And I think that that's all for those who've signed up to speak. Is there anyone else who would like to speak at the podium that didn't sign up? No? We'll get on with the rest of the business. We have two sets of minutes to be considered for approval. I would move that we approve the August 7th, 2025 workshop minutes as submitted by the town clerk.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And I would move that we approve the August 7th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes as submitted by the clerk.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
And next is consideration to approve bills as submitted by the Director of Finance. Councilman Cahill?
Yes, I did review the bills. They were in order, so I'd move to approve the bills as submitted by the Director of Finance.
Second.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
I would move that we approve the prepaid warrant as submitted by the Director of Finance.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen.
Aye.
And I would move that we approve the purchase orders as submitted by the Director of Finance.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Next, we are considering a resolution to authorize the 2025-2026, authorize the submission of Justice Court Assistance Program application by the Webster Town Court for a request up to the maximum amount available. I know that this is something that we have done for the past at least couple of years that I can think of. Paul, I know that one year we received money to upgrade the restrooms in this building. What other things have been
Yeah, I'm not
funded?
sure what
The
we got
computers,
over
they got new
number of
computers
years.
and TVs last year.
Okay,
It's not a lot of money, but it does help them.
of course,
Furnishings and slight renovations.
yes. Okay, any questions?
No.
Nope.
I don't need to make all the motions. Does somebody else want to do this?
I move to authorize the submission of the 2025-2026 Justice Court Assistance Program application by the Town of Webster Court for a request up to the maximum amount available, which is $30,000.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
The next item we have is a contract with Campus Construction Management to assist the town on the Navitas $85 million contract through to completion for the town of Webster, not
To exceed.
to exceed
$94,000.
$94,200.
$94,200. I want to thank all the board members for taking the time to meet with both Rick and Paul to understand this proposal. Do we have any other questions before we move it forward to the vote?
No, I don't have any questions. I appreciate the input that I got from Rick and Paul, and I did make a couple of suggestions with respect to their proposal. Those changes were made, so I'm in great appreciation for that. So I'm ready to move ahead.
Okay, thank you. And
Could I say some, for clarification, Rick, could you explain a little bit about this resolution for the viewer? Could you explain
Oh, sure.
this resolution?
Sure. So,
Please, thank you.
This idea came to light very quickly about 3 weeks ago when we learned that the deputy commissioner was moving on to different employment and leaving the town. So in the process, he was mostly managing this project along with Navitas as a, kind of a co-team there. I was overseeing the plant, but also in this project. So once this happened, a lot of these duties will be taken over by me. So we thought, you know what, to assist with someone that's very versed in project management, also well-versed in energy performance contracting, we thought we'd seek out a proposal from campus who is, and they kind of, so Paul and I will be overseeing their hours. This is a not to exceed, but we know that we will kind of watch every hour that they're looking at this project, but just to kind of co-pilot us through the rest of this project to make sure we stay on time and under budget.
So the other thing I just point out with respect to campus is they provide a construction management is what they do. And I would point out that they brought in our highway construction project on time and under budget. They have a very good track record in the construction industry of being very professional and working with the stakeholders to bring their projects in on time and under budget. So this is money well spent as far as I'm concerned. And their record with the town is self-evident.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's also important to point out that this is inside the budget, and
Correct.
it is being, or the compensation for this, or the contracted amount is being funded from the open position.
Great point, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
from the
And-
operating sewer fund.
Yes.
We really don't think we're gonna come close to the 94,000.
No.
You know, the project's supposed to be done in July, so by early next year, there shouldn't be that much going on.
Right.
And,
Thank you.
and I would like to thank Rick because he was very honest with us, saying that, you know, he is a wastewater treatment plant operator, and his main responsibility is for everything that happens at the plant to be sure that we come in with all of the guidelines that need to be met. And while he was certainly willing to take on any additional work, he was very honest in saying that his expertise is not necessarily project management. And we wanted to be very cautious that we weren't taking
Yes.
advantage of his willingness to do whatever was necessary. So, Rick, thank you. We appreciate that. And with your continued oversight with this contract that will be coming. Now, we don't have it yet.
Right.
So this is strictly a proposal. It is important that we get this contract settled soon because we're already a week without the oversight of this. So it's very possible that we'll be getting that contract from campus, and that I might be signing it in the supervisor's absence. I will rely on Attorney Taylor to approve such contract before I ever consider signing it. And as such, I don't think I should make this motion.
Well, I'll move to authorize the town supervisor or deputy supervisor to sign a contract with Campus Construction Management to assist the town in the Navitas $85 million contract through completion for the town of Webster for an amount not to exceed $94,200. That's my motion.
Second.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Thank you all. The next is a resolution to approve the town of Webster's participation in the Monroe County Energy Aggregation Group for the contract period September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2030, by executing an intermunicipal agreement between Monroe County and the town of Webster. Is there anybody that'd like to provide some color to this? Perhaps Paul?
Yeah, for many years, the town has purchased gas and electric through this Monroe County group. We found it to be a fair deal. The rates seem to be pretty solid in comparison to the market, so I'd like to continue.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I would move to approve the town of Webster's participation in the Monroe County Energy Aggregation Group for the contract period September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2030 by executing an intermunicipal agreement between Monroe County and the town of Webster.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen.
Aye.
I feel like I've done a lot of talking tonight, but this one is my department, so I guess it's up to me to move that we approve the following items for recycling from the sewer department. There are 7 assets listed here. I would move that we approve those for recycling.
Second.
Deputy Supervisor Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nguyen.
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.
That concludes our official agenda. Councilman Cahill, how'd I do?
Outstanding, I think. You definitely set the record today.
And I think we have a few extra moments to look for some updates from the department heads who are present. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add? Rick?
Well, as you heard, we are on, we held up under the bargain for Fairlife. We said we'd be ready by August, and we will be. So when they decide to start sending us some flow, we'll be ready to take it. Also, just, I know we haven't been here in a bit, or I haven't been, I don't know if Art had updated, but we're up to full staff right now,
Fantastic.
other than the deputy leaving. We have hired 2 maintenance guys and a licensed 3A operator.
Wow.
Who is born and raised and gone to school here, but he came back now, and so we don't have to do the training and get him licensed. He's already licensed and has fit in nicely, so we're up to full staff right now.
Where did he come in from?
He was assistant chief for Canandaigua. Before that, he was the chief at Ontario County, or Ontario, so.
Wow. Got a great
guy,
background.
Great guy. So fits in nicely with the staff, and so. That's my update. Your turn.
That's all you got?
That's all.
Good news.
At this point, the tentative budget for 2026 is in pretty good shape. We're about $6,700 under the tax cap. At the next meeting, September 4th, the board will vote on the tentative budget, which will make it the preliminary budget, which is subject to a public hearing, which is scheduled, we think it's going to be scheduled for October 16th. So we're in good shape on that end.
Excellent.
Great.
Due
Thank
to
you.
all
Thank
your
you, Paul.
hard work.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. Deneen, do you have any updates from the clerk's office?
Yeah, well, we are prepping for school tax season. We are hoping to have the school tax bills out at the end of next week. Haven't heard anything yet from the county, but we're staying positive.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Attorney Taylor?
No updates.
Okay, thank you very
There
much.
you go.
Yes, please do.
Everyone knows a
Can
very
you,
important one.
do do you need a mic?
Microphone.
As everyone may have noticed, 600 Ridge Road has
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
moved forward quite a bit this week.
Yep,
So yes, it's down, and I would say probably half of it has been taken away. And talking with the contractor today, he hopes that next Friday will be in pretty good shape to start backfilling.
great. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. That was wonderful for all of us to see. It has been years in the making, and I'm glad we finally got it taken care of. With that, I will move that we adjourn the meeting of August 21st. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.